Nice to meet you too. Yeah, so really excited for our guys. Tough environment in here. Been really impressed with Fordham and their team over the course of this season. Any team that could win on the road like they've won on the road, is a formidable opponent. They're really well coached. They're really aggressive. You saw how they got off to a great start, early in the game. They were certainly the aggressor early, getting that 9-4 run. Our guys responded, in a positive way and kind of settled into the game. They went on another run, to get up. I think it was 5, and we had to respond one more time, before the end of that first half. And we were able to regroup in there, and thought our guys did a nice job in the second half of better job taking care of the ball, better job defending the 3-point line and drives to the basket, and certainly a better job rebounding. To be able to finish the game the way that we did certainly was a positive, and excited and thankful for the win.
They want to speed you up, right?
Yeah.
9 first half turnovers, I think only 4 in the second half.
Yeah.
How big was that in taking control of this game?
Yeah, that was huge. We talked to the guys at halftime about it. We had too many. We had 9 at half, and what we told them at halftime was, some of those were self-inflicted, right? There were certain ones that were caused by them, and certain ones that were on us in terms of rushing and just not making balanced plays, trying to go somewhere where we were a little bit crowded, and so what I told the team at halftime, or what we told the team at halftime, was we've had games where we've turned it over in the first half, come back in the second half, and performed much better and much cleaner with the basketball, and that's the expectation. That's what we have to do in this next half. The guys came out and did a really nice job.
Coach, something a lot of opposing A-10 coaches have said about Fordham is they like to use their physicality against them, get Fordham in foul trouble, force those live ball turnovers. Was that kind of a focus, or did that become a focus at any point?
You're saying us forcing turnovers on them, or other way?
You guys using Fordham's physicality against them to get them in foul trouble.
Yeah, I think sometimes, we're not necessarily trying to do that, on defense. It's more on offense for us in terms of driving the ball and being strong and balanced with the ball when we go in the lane. I think certainly playing in closeouts, we got a couple of fouls on that in those situations in the first half as well. Got the bonus. I think it was 8 minutes to go, in the first half, which was good. And then the second half, we settled in. Our offense was much cleaner. We were able to get cleaner looks in the second half than we did in the first. But a lot of that is due to their defense and their aggressiveness. They're tough.
Max has obviously been one of your leading scorers all year, but is this one of the more complete performances from him on the year? 10 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah, he was great. He got off to a little bit of a slow start, right? And which he's allowed to do from time to time. He's not going to play perfectly, but I really thought he played a solid game. And got hit there on that one screen. I was worried for a second, but it seems like he's okay there. He was obviously able to finish the game, so that's a positive sign.
It looked like he waved you off when you were trying to see if he was okay. Was
I don't think he waved me off. I was just checking to see if he was all right.
Some good competitive spirit there.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, he wanted to stay on.
I think he was, he wanted to stay out there and help his teammates.
Looked like Sean, not really any reservations with the rib injury, right? What did you see from him? It looked like he was pretty close to full speed.
Sean was great. He just gives us one more guy, right? With size out there that can rebound and ball handle and pass. And really allows us to rest one another more, right? And he's such a veteran. He's seen a lot in his day, and a calming influence, on the team when he gets out on the court.
Do you notice Max a little more comfortable when Sean's out there? They've obviously played together for a long time.
Yeah, they've played together so much.
They're good friends,
They know one another so well. There's no doubt about it. It's unfortunate that Sean has had a disjointed season, with injuries and stuff. So hopefully, we'll have him, healthy, throughout the remainder of the season.
You guys collectively have had a bit of a disjointed season in that regard. I think it's only 8 games, right, where you've had Zeb and Joe and Sean. Do you feel like you're still working toward that ceiling of the best basketball you guys can play at full strength?
Regardless of whether that circumstance happened, to us, we want to improve the rest of the year anyway. Right? Even if we had them the whole year, right? Every day that you go into practice, every preparation that you have for the next opponent, every game that we play, you want to play a little bit better. We're all trying to jockeying for position and trying to play our best basketball heading into conference tournament time. And so we're getting there. We're improving, but it's never a perfect thing, right? We've got to continue till we get everybody playing their best together, right? And that's certainly a goal. For all of us, for every team, really. But for us in particular, we want to all be playing our best.
Coach, 42 bench points tonight. You mentioned Sean kind of taking it, having a strong first half, and then, spreading the ball out a lot more in terms of more well-spread scoring after the second half. How important is that in games like this and in a conference like the A10, where teams like to run deep, they like to get off?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Bench points are at a premium. And you don't want to put so much pressure on 5 guys that start the game for you night after night after night, to deliver. There's going to be nights where you don't, and you don't reach those goals. And so, to have the punch off the bench, that we have, and we can mix the lineups kind of however we want, in terms of not really having starters, sort of. And so, there's always, like, when we sub, all right, there was a lift. Toby goes in, Joe goes in, Sean goes in. We were uplifted at that point. And if the roles were reversed, they probably would have done the same thing, because that's kind of where our team's at right now. They're not worried about who's really getting the credit or anything like that. They're just trying to win, and that's a positive sign.
I think they're asking Michael pretty much the same question over there right now. Saturday was an emotional win.
Yeah.
Friday's going to be emotional, hosting Dayton. Yeah. Do you feel like you guys showed some maturity tonight in managing what could be a trap game?
There's no question about it. Fordham's good. They deserve everybody in our conference complete respect, and certainly this was a game. You come off of a really hotly contested game against Richmond. You come up here, your next game's at Fordham. You got to travel up here, spend the night, do all the things that you do to prep for the game. Their style of play is tough to get ready for, and it's a quick turnaround, for us. And so that made it extra difficult. Not forget that they have a great coach and their players. And then, we weren't worried at all about Dayton, right? And so we talked about that. We always have to talk about that, because we want to stay, in the upper, portion of the A10, and compete. And this certainly was a game that both teams needed. Fordham's they were 4 and 5, going into this game, trying to get to 500. We were 6 and 3. It's not like we got everything figured out. It's tight margins right now. And so this was a big game. We talked to our guys about every game that you play right now is like a champion. In your mindset, it's got to be a championship game. If you want to compete for a championship, well, every game that you play is leading you to that. And so that's the mindset that we have to have every time that we take it out.
And Joe Bamison had another strong performance tonight. He's been in this conference for a long time. How important is someone like him in kind of navigating conference play?
Yeah, he's seen all these teams, right? It doesn't mean they're the same as when he was at GW, but new coaches, new players, all that. But he's settling in. He's settling in. He knows his role. He knows what we need him to do. And again, he's a veteran. He's a calm guy, and he's certainly somebody that's impacted our team in a big way.
He's a spark plug too, right? Him and Toby. It seems like they kind of have a heightened ability to propel runs when they get hot and get involved.
No question. Those guys come in, they bring energy, and that's what you're supposed to do. Especially, tonight was a great example of it, right? We were struggling a little bit to start the game. Fordham was on us. It was time to sub anyway at that point. Our typical times that we bring guys in, and they came in and gave us a big lift.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.